scare me to death, why don't you? Please tell me you haven't been here all night.
Kill the lights.
What?
It bothers my eyes.
How am I supposed to get this place open for business if it's pitch dark? Don't you think the people are gonna wanna see what they're eating? Or drinking? John, what are you doing here?
What does it look like?
Dorian, I am so late for work, it's not even funny. Have you seen my other shoe?
Perhaps you left it in the no-tell motel that you frequent with your mystery paramour.
I spent the night in my own bed. Thank you very much. And he is not my paramour.
Thank you very much. He's not a mystery. He's John McBain. Honey, that is the worst person you could get involved with while you're trying to get over Joe.
You guys eat like this every morning. It's no wonder you moved in here.
Yeah, my father's place does have a few perks. So.
I'm just surprised he turned around so much on Aubrey.
I know. He just keeps saying he wants to make amends.
Yeah, and I'm actually starting to believe it. You know, Cutter, if you still want that job at BE, I could put in a word for you.
Nah, actually, my hands are pretty full right now. You know, the charity I've been working with has got this big fundraising push for the spring, so.
No, I envy you. Actually helping people.
Well, honestly, the best part's that I get to stay here in Lambview. I really like being near my sis.
Well, I bet you probably have to get to work, so I'll walk you out.
We need to talk.
About what?
About us.
You haven't even seen David yet?
Oh, I've got to meet with the warden first. Oh, you ought to see this place, honey. I'm going to have to do more than just snap my fingers to get David out of here.
Well, if anyone can pull it off, you can.
Well, I don't care if I have to dig him out of this hole myself. I'm bringing my son home where he belongs, and then we're going to lock Clint up the same way he locked David up.
Yeah, I'll be happy to nail that SOB myself. Okay, so just keep me in the loop, all right? I love you. Call me.
I love you. What in the hell are you doing here, Balsam?
Your plane was just taking off when I got to the gate, but luckily I found another flight.
Lucky for who?
You don't want any help getting David out of here.
You know what? I could use that a long time ago, like last year.
Look, I don't expect you to forgive me for keeping quiet.
Because it's not coming anytime soon. Now get your butt back to the airport. I don't need you hanging around here screwing things up.
I was told there was an American gentleman to see me.
2 American gentlemen, actually.
I'm the man who contacted you, Warden. I understand you have an American citizen incarcerated here, David Vickers Buchanan.
I'm sorry, Commissioner. You've been misinformed. There is no prisoner here by that name.
Well, he may have been arrested under another name. Do you recognize this man?
I take it that was Bowen.
Why do you ask?
Because I ran into him at the airport. He said he was flying out to, where was it?
Out of town.
Wherever. Anyway, he wasn't in much of a mood to talk, and I was wondering if everything's okay.
Oh, please, Clint, don't pretend to care about Beau at this late a date. Not after what you did to his son.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
The only reason why you wanted Matthew to work at BE was so that you could poison him against his parents. And it worked for a while. It did. Because he idolized you. So he believed every lie you told him. Took it hook, line, and sinker. But those days are long gone.
Well, Matthew already told me that you and Beau were forcing him to quit.
He didn't understand it at first. But now he does. Now he knows everything. Everything. Every vile thing you ever did. Including hiring Eddie Ford to kidnap me and then murdering him to keep him quiet.
Oh, my. And what did Matthew have to say about that?
There is no us.
I know. But there was that thing at your house, the kiss, and I never told Darren.
Don't worry. It's not like he's gonna hear about it from me.
Thank you.
We were just, two friends that needed each other. And that's it.
Right. And speaking of friends, you look like you could use one right now. What's up? Murderer's still loose. I don't get it. What does this have to do with you?
I don't think you should come around here too much.
Why not? Now that you're in your cozy mansion and I'm stuck in my cold, lonely motel room, I get a little stir-crazy.
Crazy is right. Come on, for all we know, Clint has this place totally wired. And the butler, Nigel, or whatever the hell his name is, he totally has me on his radar. I get the hiccups, he's there with a glass of water. It's creepy.
What more does Clint need? He's already got that flash drive with us spilling our guts about all the Buchanan money we're after.
He can't use that. The deal was I get Rama to convince Vimmel to take the rap, and Clint keeps the jump drive to himself.
Right. And now Clint is off the hook, so what's to keep him from changing his mind?
He wouldn't.
You want some advice, Aubrey? Find that drive.
Oh, okay, that'll be easy.
Do it, Aubrey. Find it, destroy it.
Okay, and while I'm sticking my neck out, what will you be doing? Moving in on Kelly Kramer?
Well, you found your rich catch. Now it's my turn.
Thank you, Blair! Thank you! Now, how long did it take her to broadcast that news?
John McBain, really, what were you thinking getting involved with him?
Oh, okay, see, I guess the blabbermouth forgot to mention that I am not involved with John.
Oh,
we are just...
Tell me one thing.
What?
What are you going to do when John decides to go running into the waiting arms of his fiancée?
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's nothing to run back to. John and Natalie are over.
Oh. Dear heaven, this is worse than I thought. You have feelings for him, don't you?
Do us both a favor. Try some solids.
Do you have to do that so loud?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the noise disturbing your drinking? Don't worry, in a few minutes you won't even hear it. You'll be unconscious. Which is pretty sad because you could be spending this morning with the woman who loves you and a baby who needs you.
Gigi, don't.
You are turning your back on something that most people only dream about. No wonder Natalie felt like she had to tell you the baby was yours, because she knew that if she didn't, you would shut her out. That was her worst fear, John. And when she got those test results saying that Brody was the father, she didn't know what to do.
How do you know so much about what Natalie was going through?
Natalie's my friend, and she had no one else to talk to.
Right, just me.
I don't think you heard what I just said. Natalie was scared to death of losing you.
How long did you know? How long? Weeks? Months? That's nice for you, Gigi. I had to find out on my wedding day that my son is another man's child. You didn't bother to tell me that.
I knew that when Natalie got pregnant, that there were questions, and it was hell for her. She even thought about having an abortion, John. And she couldn't do it. And you know why? Because if it was your baby, she could not imagine giving it up. She wanted more than anything for it to be your child.
You can't always get what you want.
Can you blame her for hoping?
I blame her for lying to me.
By the time the test showed that Brody was the father, she had already started thinking of that baby being yours. And she knew that you were just as into having a family as she was. She couldn't destroy that for you.
You can't destroy what it doesn't exist.
She loves you. That exists. It's real. And you two can love that baby together. You just have to be willing to open your heart. And I'm not saying that it's easy. You'll have to build back up the trust, but don't cheat yourself out of being with the woman you love. Because no matter what you say, John, I know you still love Natalie. Don't you have anything to say?
Yeah. You're fired.
I do not have feelings for John. He is in a transition period. So am I. We have something in common.
Abject misery? Unbearable loss?
We are trying to get over our losses. We are not wallowing in self-pity.
Sorry to be blunt, but what you need is a good...
Hey, save it. I just don't want you going from the frying pan into the fire.
I won't. John isn't Joey. This is a whole different situation.
Excuse me? Cutter Wentworth is here.
Oh, thank you, Helen. Show him in, please.
Very good. Cutter Wentworth.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, I'm sorry I didn't call, but thank you for the other flowers you brought. They were lovely, but totally unnecessary.
What is necessary is that Kelly wants to tell you that she is ready to move on.
Dorian's right. I really can't be in a new relationship right now, but it was very sweet of you to bring me such beautiful flowers.
Oh, they're not for you. They're for Dorian.
I am so glad you get along with my brother. Joey, what are you reading?
You remember when I told you I recognized this guy?
Yeah, when we were watching Access Landview, I figured he looked familiar because he's been all over the news.
No, it's more than that. Aubrey, I've seen him in person.
Where?
Here. He was with my father the day I came back. I came to visit my dad, and he was with this guy I didn't know at the time. But now I know it was Eddie Ford.
Are you sure?
Positive. All right, my dad said he was doing some business with him, but why would my father ever be doing business with a creep like that?
I'm sure there's a logical explanation.
For being all chummy with the man who kidnapped my Aunt Nora? Yeah, I'd love to hear the explanation about that.
Matthew was horrified. What did you expect?
But he had no problem accepting your version of the facts.
It wasn't a slam dunk, no. He had a hard time believing that his beloved Uncle Clint was capable of murder.
Well, Matthew's going to have an even harder time when both of his parents failed to prove it.
Well, we'll see about that.
You have nothing to connect me to Eddie Ford's death. Nothing. I didn't even know the man. And I'm truly sorry that things have to be this way.
What way is that?
I'm sorry that you and my brother are so paranoid that you think I'm guilty of every crime in Landview.
And some committed elsewhere.
Recognize this man?
I've never seen this man.
Okay, maybe this will refresh your memory. It's got to be more than what Clint Buchanan paid you to lie for him.
If you are suggesting that I accepted a bribe...
I'm not suggesting anything. Right now, I'm making an offer. And this is as good as it's going to get.
I must ask you to leave. You and your friend.
No, he's not my friend, and I'm not going anywhere until I find David.
Hassan!
Ira! You might want to think twice about this.
What is that?
You've heard of Amnesty International? Now, unless you want to break laws set forth by the Geneva Convention, I say you get Godzilla's hands off us right now. That's better. Now, we'll need a tour of the facilities to assess the conditions.
Fine. I'd be happy to, but the commissioner stays here.
Do the words international incident mean anything to you? Now, which way to the cells?
Yalla. Ta'ala hon.
International incident?
Hey, I helped, didn't I?
I don't even want to know how many laws you broke to get those credentials.
You're not serious.
So long, Gigi. I'll mail you your last paycheck.
You're firing me for being Natalie's friend.
If someone works for me, I need to know that I can trust them.
Fine. Have it your way. I'll leave you alone with your bottle. Pretty soon I'll be the only friend you have left.
Flowers are for Dorian?
Yes. So, darling, didn't you say you needed to get to work?
Yes. A lovely day.
You too. Bye-bye. My goodness. These are exquisite.
Well, you know, thought you deserved something that was only for you.
And so, you came all the way over here with them so you could deliver them in person.
Why else would I be here?
Cut the crap. You're after my money.
Morning. Coffee?
I'm glad to see you're making yourself at home.
Joey's not here. You could cut the nice act.
It's not an act. You know, I think our arrangement is working out quite well, don't you?
I'm very happy with the accommodations. There's just one thing missing.
What?
I need that footage you have of Cutter and me in my hotel room.
Why on earth would I give you that?
Your mom really thinks your Uncle Clint killed Nate's dad?
She doesn't even have any proof, so it doesn't give her the right to go around saying that he's guilty.
But if she and your dad both think he did
I know my uncle, Destiny. He's not a killer.
Yeah? And while Greg was going around calling himself my brother, I thought I knew him too. But I didn't. You can't always tell what people are hiding, Matthew.
Oh, Nora, is everything all right?
Hey, Joey.
Hey.
Oh.
Your secretary told me that I'd find you here.
And here I am. Hey, congratulations on your wedding. You know, you guys would have scored a few more gifts if you'd just given people the heads up.
Yeah, that's the downside to the whole spur of the moment thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Are you happy?
Yeah. Aubrey is amazing.
Oh, well, you know what? Let us take you out to dinner, and then I can be the judge of whether she's amazing or you're just blinded by lust.
It's probably a little bit of both.
An honest man, be still my heart.
Yeah, actually, Nora, there is something that I did want to talk to you about.
Oh, step into my office.
Okay.
All right. So, what's up?
Have you made any progress in the whole Eddie Ford case?
Well, the police don't have anyone in custody right now.
So no new suspects.
Why are you asking me?
I'm just curious. You know, from a journalistic standpoint. Yeah, I'm thinking about going back to work for the Banner.
Oh, really? Yeah. And so what is this journalistic curiosity about? I mean, do you have some information about the case?
I'm not sure.
Why don't you give me what you got?
Okay, well, maybe nothing, but
I'm pretty sure my father had some dealings with this Eddie Ford guy.
Dealings?
Yeah, I ran into them at the house, and my dad said that the two of them were finishing up business.
Together? At Clint's house?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Right after Thanksgiving. It was after I'd just come in from seeing you and Mom at Land Fair.
That was the day that Eddie Ford kidnapped me.
As you can see, everything is in order.
Where's the prisoner that belongs in this cell?
This cell is unoccupied.
There were 4 guys crammed in that other cell, and this one's empty?
This is reserved for short-term prisoners.
Clint had photos of David in his cell that looked a lot like this one.
You know, I see somebody's been ticking the days off there on the wall. It doesn't look that short-term to me.
We're gonna have to look inside for my report. Was that a rat or a dog?
Don't ask.
Nice plumbing.
This cell has not been used in some time.
I knew it.
Oh my God.
Gentlemen, there is nothing more to see. Come with me, please.
No, he was here, you lying son of a bitch! My son was here!
Yalla, Jibo Sababa.
Where's David?
I know nothing about this David.
No, that's bull! You had him in this rat hole for what? For 200 days?
You might as well tell him we're gonna find out anyway.
There is nothing to tell.
What's Clint Buchanan pay you to keep an innocent man away from his family? From his fiancée?
Easy, Bo. These guys don't seem like they fool around.
Listen to me. If you let my son die in this place, you're next. I swear I will kill you myself. I swear. Let go of me. Hey, leave him alone. Let go. Wait, you wait, guys.
I think you're confusing me for your ex, the one you're carrying the torch for.
Oh, I do not carry torches.
Really? So, what's this?
Hey, you give me that. That's none of your business.
David's the one who's got his mind on your bank account, all right? I don't need other people's money. I got plenty of my own.
Oh, really? So you are not a male gold digger?
No. And if I were, I'd go for someone a lot dumber than you. How many languages do you speak, really?
4, fluently.
See? Nobody's gonna fool you. Least of all, me.
So if you're not interested in my money, what are you interested in?
Fun. Class, conversation.
Conversation? Oh, really?
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought maybe we were both looking for something new in our lives. If I was wrong, I'd...
Cutter. Not so fast.
I gotta go.
Matthew,
Yeah.
the stuff with your parents and your uncle really seems like it's freaking you out. If you want to talk, call me, okay? Anytime.
You haven't told Clint, have you? You haven't said anything to him about the meeting?
No, I just remembered it after seeing the coverage of it on Access Landview. Good. I haven't had a chance to mention it to anyone.
Just keep it that way, then.
Why? Nora, do you think my dad has something to do with this case?
Oh, Joey. This is it's awkward. He's your father.
Yeah, I know, and I know he's not perfect, but he is trying to smooth things over with Aubrey, and he invited us to stay with him at the house. But still.
He came to seek me out.
Yeah. Look, if there's something going on with him, tell me.
Yeah, I guess you have a right to know what your father's capable of.
You promised me you wouldn't show Joey the footage of Cutter and me on that jump drive.
Mm-hmm. I haven't.
So far. But I need a guarantee that you never will, and the only way I can do that is if I destroy it myself.
Well, I'll tell you something. I can't do that, so you are just going to have to trust me.
But I don't trust you. That's kind of the point.
Unfortunately, for you, Vimmel confessed. So your bargaining position is not quite as strong as it used to be, so let me tell you how things are going to work. You have my word that I will not give my son any indication that his wife is a money-grubbing schemer.
Unless
you give me no choice.
Wait, so the only reason he hasn't been arrested is because your best evidence is 6 feet under.
Well, but now with what you just told us, at least we can connect Clint and Eddie. You know, up until now, Clint's been saying, never met the man.
Well, does just seeing them together, does it really prove anything?
Well, no, but it's a start. I mean, we got recorded messages or dates in a calendar, or money exchange, or something of Eddie's that's in Clint's possession now.
Okay, I gotta go. Barbara's waiting.
Oh, Jimmy, I'm so sorry. I really am. I wish you didn't have to deal with this. You should be on your honeymoon. You should be happy and...
It's okay, Nora. I asked you to be honest.
Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. Oh, God. Well, for what it's worth, no matter what happens, I wish you a long and happy marriage.
Connection. I told you to get out. Doesn't anyone listen around here?
Must have been someone else. Because I'm not going anywhere.
Let me make something clear. I have nothing against a little lively conversation. Ask anyone. I give very good repartee.
But you're not ready.
Oh, really?
It's a picture of your ex. You wouldn't have taped it together if you weren't still hung up on the guy.
You couldn't be more wrong.
Prove it. Throw it in the fire.
No, absolutely not. I certainly do not need to destroy property in order to prove that I'm over something.
So what do you need?
Do you really need to ask?
So I'm kicking around possible titles for my story. How's this? Murderer runs free while chief of detectives drinks himself into a stupor.
The department will get along just fine without me for a few days, so if you're trying to guilt me into anything...
Dorian knows that we slept together.
Why would you tell her?
I didn't. I told Blair.
So much better.
John, I am so sorry. I really am.
Forget about it. Apparently Roxy knows too, so...
Oh, man. So it'll probably be on Access Landview tonight. Is that a smile I see?
I wouldn't read too much into it.
I thought you were pulling yourself out of this.
Yeah. So did I. But then I walked in on Natalie and Brody. She was giving him a bottle to give to the baby. It was a very touching, very cozy little scene.
Hey, you want cozy? How about Joey and Aubrey living at Aces with Clint? That's one big happy family.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Matthew. What about school?
I had a free period.
A free period? No library for studying or anything? Never mind. I'm just grateful that you're not at BE working for Uncle Clint anymore, so this is...
So I was reading the paper this morning and I saw an article on Eddie Ford. Any new evidence?
Well, actually, I might have just come up with a connection between Uncle Clint and Eddie Ford. It's only a matter of time before the pieces fall into place.
The jump drive is locked in my safe, and it's going to stay there unless you give me a reason to take it out. Joey, I was just telling Aubrey how things work around here, that this household is not as uptight and complicated as it looks. You can just do everything to make yourself at home, and that goes for you too, young man.
Joey? What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing a little time with you won't fix.
No, you can tell me.
Aubrey, I would really like to keep you out of this one.
Out of what? Joey, I'm your wife. Where were you?
You remember how I told you my Aunt Nora's a DA, right?
Right.
All right, well, when I told her about seeing my dad with Eddie Ford, Aubrey, she lit up like a Christmas tree. She is obviously building a case against my father.
A case for...
Murder, among other things.
Wait, she thinks your dad killed Eddie Ford?
She can't prove it. All right, but if he did do it,
What?
I think I know where to look to find out. I hope you have good news for me, Warden.
You were right. Your brother came to ask about the prisoner.
And it was taken care of before he got...
Yes, sir. Under no circumstances will the commissioner learn what happened to Vickers.
Bo, I'm coming with you.
No, forget it. If I need help, I'll call the real Amnesty International.
Look, I think there's an easier way. I've been watching that guard over there. I think he might know something.
Figured out the combination when we were kids, but we never told our father.
What is it? What did you find?
What the hell? What are you doing?
Got your message about Dad going away.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have to go out of town?
Out of the country, actually. Police business.
Oh, I see. So, he couldn't find anything on Uncle Clint here, so he thought he'd search overseas?
Let's just say that if your father is successful, it could mean good news for the whole family. For a change.
What about you? You know this man, don't you?
The face is not familiar.
You need to understand something. This isn't just any prisoner, okay? He's this man's son. What's your name?
My name? Khalid.
Well, Khalid, do you have a family? Do you have kids? Well, if one of them was kidnapped and thrown in a prison for no reason, what would you do?
I'll tell you what he would do. You would find him. You'd bring him home. That's what I'm doing.
Our business is done. Why are you still here?
We were just saying goodbye. You're a good man. And I know that if you would tell me if you knew anything.
Khalid, ارجع للشغل. يلا.
I mean, that's it? You're just gonna give up?
Well, it's like the warden said, we're done here.
I was looking at Khalid, okay? That guard, he knows something.
Of course he does. That's why I shook his hand. Any luck, the man has a conscience. The conscience will lead us straight to David.
Wow. You're good.
You're not too bad yourself.
You almost had me believing you were over him. But if you're not willing to burn the picture,
Wait, where are you going?
you ever get in the mood for a little bonfire, you give me a call.
Oh, damn you, David.
Last job. Roadies. Reason for leaving. Boss refuses to admit he has a broken heart, takes his frustrations out on the rest of the world.
You sure you don't want to join me?
I don't think you took a close enough look at that watch of yours. I think it's a little too early to be drinking anything besides OJ.
Well, I wouldn't want to be a bad influence.
Oh, well, that ship sailed a few nights ago at the Minuteman Motel. Oh, I'm already a fallen woman. Or Dorian thinks I will be if I get involved with you.
Well, maybe she's right. Then again, are you going to listen to anything that Dorian says?
I am gonna go to work, and I really hope that you find a better way than that to deal with things.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. There is a better way.